Hey, what's going on, everyone? Dan the Glass Man here, and you're watching Back to Nature. So this is the finale, pretty much, on the solar window oven. So we got it finally done. We're here at Camp Two Dogs at One Drop Studio. So finally, it took about 3 days of building, maybe 4 total. I didn't have all the pieces I needed at the very end, but what we needed was this here, which is some corrugated filling right here. That way we didn't have to fill this all in with just nothing but silicone caulking or silicone. So we found this here, which is awesome. It makes a really nice tight seal going all the way around. We use some of this white here on just some of the straight edge here, but pretty much it's done. It's not secured into place yet, so it actually is movable. But right now we have it set up. We have a temperature gauge going on. As you can see, it's completely in the shade. The sun is right here. You can see that the sun line, basically, this is it out of the sun and directly in the shade right now. So we're going to take a look at the temperature outside right now, which is about 55 degrees. Actually, it says it's 54. So this is a pyrometer for my kiln. So it says it's 54 degrees in here. Now I just pulled it out from the oven and it was reading 60. So let's see if we can get that back up. So let's go back in here. This is how it works. The oven opens up through the window right here. So it's still reading 54. Right away it's gone up to 55 degrees. But basically you open up the window and this should start collecting heat. Close the window and you got yourself an oven. Leave the window open and it's a solar passive heater. So all of this heat now is going to be coming through here. So this now should read or should get up to about 55 or 60 degrees here. So we're going to let this set up here. And maybe if we close, if we close the window, maybe it'll heat up even quicker. We don't have it 100% sealed. There are a couple gaps just right in here that we need to seal. I don't know if you can see that air or the light coming through right there, but we need to seal there and on the other side here. And we need to seal this side over here as well. As you can see, there's a crack coming through right there. But pretty much it's you can hear it's echo in here, and it was reading just 60 degrees in here, so I don't know if it's going to take a minute to get up to that temperature, but we'll see. It could also be reading, it might also have been reading the metal here because the metal is a little bit cold. But we'll let that heat up for just a second. I'm going to close this door here, just in case this is allowing it to stay cold inside. So let's see what this does now. So we'll just watch this. You can see it's gone up to 56. And I think it'll cap off at about 60 degrees. And you can see also that it doesn't, it's not very intrusive. You can still see the mountains above that way and the sun coming through. But also, I mean, you can see the sky all the way through it. It's really nice. It's a little bit blurry, but you can see all the way through it. It's very beautiful. So I do love this design. Just a little bit of wood. The angles, that was a little bit difficult to make. I made it at an angle so if it does collect any rain, it'll just strip right off. But I think you can also just make a box and it would be fine too. And it would be easier to build a box than something like this with the angles. As you can see, it's gone up 56 degrees, so that's 2 degrees difference already. And I don't know if I have my tripod in here. I believe it's over at the main studio at Mitchell's spot. But here's the corrugated material here. It's really soft. It's just like some foam. I'm not sure if this heats up and what it's going to do as far as food and flavoring and things. It's gone up 1 more degree. It's now 57 degrees reading in there. I'm not sure if you can see that or not. And it's also backwards. Sorry guys, my camera. I'm using my selfie cam because my main camera is broken, so it probably looks completely opposite or whatever, but it's saying 57 degrees right now. All right, and we'll let this keep going. It should top off at about 60 degrees. Let me show you around real quick. So this is a One Drop Studio. We have a really cool dartboard right here. As you can see, the insulation here is nothing but old clothes that was donated, and pillows. Down on the bottom is nothing but pillows, and up on the tops and the sides is all just old clothes and stuff. And we have a tapestry that pulls down so you can cover the whole thing and it doesn't look a mess. Eventually this will get covered up with just wood, slats, or something. But eventually also this is going to be opened up and we will have a door going out this area right here. So we didn't want to build it up too much. But then eventually it's going to be all nice and we'll have it insulated. As you can see, we have some insulation on the sides here. Just starting, working our way back. Nothing else inside of here is insulated yet. As you can see, we have a lot to do, a lot of work to do. But we have this, and we're going to start working on the flooring and bringing in the PEX tubing on the floor and do a sub-irrigated flooring. And then we're going to get hardy backer, which is this, it's like a cement board. And the cement board, we're going to put this, this is what we use for blowing glass so we don't burn the tables and stuff, but it's a compressed cement board. And we're going to use this to put on the floor right above the PEX tubing. The PEX tubing is going to be going out underneath this shelf here where the oven is. We're going to have a compost pile there. And as you can see, it's up to 58 degrees now. We're going to have a compost pile underneath here in a bin. It's going to be completely sealed. And we're going to utilize it just for the heat. We're not going to use it for compost at all. We may actually try to extract the methane gas from it and utilize that. So this here is also going to contain the compost underneath. And we're going to have a black tubing that's going to run through a tubing system. It's going to coil around a tube in the center. And then the compost that's going to basically be surrounding all that tube will heat up that tubing, and we're going to send water through. It's going to be a closed circuit system, so that way all the water that goes in will heat itself up and go up through the tubing, and then we'll have it feed out and then come out into the floor here. And then we'll have a PTEX, or we'll have the PEX tubing wrap around, something about as thick as this here. And we'll have that wrapped around on the floor, and then we'll cover that with the board. So, and I'm just kind of mumbling, talking around here right now, just rambling on. But this is the studio here. This is the glass blowing area. We will have another station set up right here. So we'll have two torches. We have the one torch there, and we'll have another torch there. We have the screen printing press right here in the corner. And as you can see, there's a blanket there. That's to cover the window here, but we just put that there. There's some materials back there, so it looks like a mess. And then we have our stand, the drop of water stand with all our necklaces here. And that just looks like it's in the way, but it moves out of the way. We got tools in the way here. But this basically swivels out, as you can see. It swivels out, and then we can print on there. And we have the screen here. So this is one of the screens we have here. And so we just swivel that out when we want to work. So I can blow glass while someone's printing all at the same time. It's really cool. Got a little bit of food area. You know, I got to have snacks and stuff here. So, and then we have upstairs. And the way that I climb up right now, we don't have a ladder or anything. So I have a chair normally on the bottom here and a chair here. And so I just step up, step, and then we get up top. So, but that's the studio. We're gonna figure out some exhaust and stuff like that, passive exhaust somehow. I'm not sure exactly. We're now up to 59 degrees here, so you can see that I wasn't fooling around. It's 54 degrees, and it may be dropping. It might be 53 degrees now outside. But this here may actually help to keep the studio warm. I'm not sure about nighttime and stuff. We'll have to see how this works. But it's at 59. I don't know if it's going to make it to 60. We'll see. Being that it's cold outside. When we were checking it, it was 55 degrees outside, and it raised it to 60 here. But then when we went live here, it was at 54. So maybe it's only gonna. Oh, there it goes. It's trying to. There it is. So it's really close to changing right now from 59 to 60. So it's on the verge right there. So it's about 59 and a half, 60 degrees, I guess. And we have a visitor coming, Mr. Orlando Cruz, right there. So he's going to be coming in right now, but we're pretty much done here. But I wanted to show you guys that this reaches pretty much to 60 degrees. So I'm doing a test right now. Oh, as soon as you walked in, it just went up to 60 degrees. So it's 54 degrees outside, and it's now 60 degrees in here. This is without sun and on the shady side, and when it's also cold. So what is it, about 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock right now? In the afternoon? 5:30. 5:30 in the afternoon. So, and it's all in direct shade right now. So I'm not sure if it's going to go up any higher. But 60 degrees is where I saw it. So we'll leave it at that, you guys. But that's pretty much done. I'm going to seal it. As you can see, there's still some cracks in there. So we got a little bit more work to be done. But I'm done for the day. We're going to call it a day right now. And this is a finished build. We will have to get a board on the back, on the bottom here, that will be painted black. And that will absorb heat in to bring in more heat. And then we're going to allow it to be a reversible board. So we'll be able to pull it out. And then we can put a aluminum piece on the back side. Or we might just get one of those car windshield reflectors and just put that right in there on top of the black. So we can use that for cooking, and that creates the reflection and convection. And also, I do want to check one thing before we go, is to see if this, if I bring this down, if that will actually get hotter, a lot hotter real quick. So we're just going to shut that down entirely. And now it's completely enclosed like a greenhouse. I might even be able to keep the plants inside of here at night. So we'll check and see. But it might stay at 60. If it gets any hotter tonight, I'll come back live just to do an update on that. But right now, as you can see, it's still reading 60 degrees right now. So, but thanks for watching, guys. This is a solar window oven and solar passive heater. It doubles as both. And compost holder stand thing for the passive heating with the water. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you soon.